Okay, now we're riding our little 3-year-old that we just did some groundwork with a little Lopen Hackamore. I like to use this until they get pretty broke and have some pretty good understanding. And then when I put them in a snaffle, it seems like they're super light and it goes really good. And if there's any confusion, I'd rather have this to where I just kind of got a direct feel on their nose, their face, versus pulling on their mouth and stuff like that when they're figuring things out. I'd rather save that for when they have a little bit more understanding. And then they don't learn to argue with that and have me pulling on them. With this, like the Lopen Hackamores and stuff and the Hackamores, I think it's a great tool for a person to learn how to teach a horse in, because it's a hell of a lot harder to overpower one. And if you're not using this and that part of them, the horses will start to get heavier and heavier and heavier. And that should be your sign that you got to change some things for them to understand. And I like to use a little Lopen. I have some really nice Hackamores that people that I've trained horses for have given me, ones that I've bought that I really like. But when I'm ranching and doing stuff and in the trailer and roping this and moving that and going through the brush, I kind of like just taking these, because if I tear one up or I tie one to a tree with it, I don't have to worry about the horsehair getting chewed on and the nice rawhide getting broken stuff. I still use them, but with how radical things can get, taking care of some cows sometimes, it's kind of nice to just cruise around in these and get the horse to where they can follow them. But my buddy Trent was asking me about the difference, like between the Hackamore and the snaffle and the different bits and stuff. This is why I use what I use in the beginning stages, because all I'm looking for here is if I go down this rein, you start to think this way. Right now he's backing up. I'm just going to keep this rein along the neck. I'm not going to pull any harder because he's trying. And I just want him to think over here to the left. See in his face there, that other eyeball, he's thinking this way. And see, he's still over here. He's not pulling his head back. There's a saying, first you go with them, then they go with you. When you're teaching these young horses these things, that's that. At first, I might have to wait here. Yes, I'm in the arena. I'm just playing horse trainer right now. So I have the time to sit here and jack around and flap my gums and get my horse to think this way. Then when I'm outside and I pull on one of these reins, or I have a situation where things start to speed up, my horse will think down that rein. He won't be leaning on it. I won't be having a strong arm him to whatever I'm doing. My aid will go to his brain and it'll be able to help, versus having it the other way around. See how as soon as I go down that time, he prepared and made arrangements to come over here, whether it was to bend or to do whatever. That's what I'm looking for with these young horses, is the transition of when I go from sitting here doing nothing to when I pick up on this, do you start to make arrangements to help and come with me? There, his feet are coming. He's a little stiff in the neck, but his feet are coming. And he's making arrangements to get back here. So I'll give to him for that. All I'm trying to get is where when I pick up, the horse can figure out what I need. If I need him to come around and bend this way, or if I just break the center line and I need him to bring his shoulders over. So I like to use this until I get those things working really good, and to where I can, ride my little horse around and just come here and pick up and see it's not perfect, but he's not arguing with me. And it got right to his feet, and I picked up just a little, and he already started to think and pick his body up backwards. See, I go down this rein, and what's my horse doing? He's trying to find a way to yield to that pressure and help come with me. So when I get a chance, I'll spend time doing that, and I'll spend a little time bending them and have them follow this, because sometimes when I'm training, I might need to loosen their body parts up and do different corrections as I'm going. And if I show him this shape here, and you can follow this, and there's my circle right there, it'll be helpful when I go to speeding things up for him to follow that. Here, I want to get his right hind leg reaching. So right now with this left rein, I'm reaching for that right hind foot. See, there it'll come. There you go. It's reaching real nice. Now I'm going to come to my left hind foot. And see, if I pull on you here, there you go, follow that back. I'm just putting him in a little bit bigger bind now. If I come, don't make me pull on the reins. If you feel me coming, you get ready to help me, okay? And if you do that, I'll be respectful of you and I won't pull any harder, okay? So I'm asking, all right, what am I doing? I'm reaching for him in hopes that he will reach for me. You've heard it a million times. People say it all the time. Bye, 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 bye. Okay? That's all I'm looking for. When I ask my little pony a question, he tries to figure it out, and he tries really hard, and he doesn't argue. It's not rocket science at the end of the day. So I'll gradually, once I get that idea in his head that, well, if I come over here, I need your brain to engage and yep, okay, well, maybe we need to move over this way. Okay, follow that a little better. Good. I like it. Oh, cow's going this way. Good. Now you see how when I started here a minute ago, albeit I'm going slow and just manipulating my horse more, but he's gotten better the whole time about following. There, when I picked up the second time to move his feet, there was no resistance. The feet come right through. The horse never braced in his neck or his body or any of those things. That's when I have the chance to just sit around, or even if you're hanging out with your friend's horseback and you're talking, like, you don't want to pester your darn horse, you know, but these are things, you know, while you're waiting on the boss to get on or something like that. These are little things you could play with that if you just get them a little bit better, your horse will be a little bit better all the way. So here, he's backing up good, but I'm going to hold. I want him to just bring his nose around. Yes, I could take my left hand out and pull his nose around. I don't care so much about his nose. We all know you can get his nose around there. I want his brain to engage like that and try and find a solution to the question. You know, not everything is one way. You know, things have to change all the time. And I need my horse to understand that so he can cope with life and help me with it. So a lot of times in the beginning, I'll do little things like this where I find something where they're a little confused and I just kind of try and stay there on the edge a little bit and help them with that. And as soon as they start finding it, I get out of the way and I say, great, you are doing awesome, horse. And pretty soon they get to where they're mighty proud of themselves because they think there's not anything that they can't do. But it's in a mentality. You could be doing all these exercises and you could be going down the rein perfectly, but your horse won't get there or, you know, complete it. There's not that sense of urgency and willingness. So I'll check that here so when I go outside and things are fast, well, the horse is able to fill in. Just like this. Now I'm going to start using my legs, say, because I've got his head over here. Oh, look at him trying to turn. Let me see, there. I got that front foot to reach just a little bit more. See, I'll come here. I'm not going to pull him over. I'm going to ride him over with my body. That's the important part for me. Let's see. Another thing I might check out when I'm just playing with a hackamore like this. Oh, this is a good one, okay. Take your horse, bend them, get them to step over here, and move their hindquarters. And I don't want my horse to lock his shoulder down when I do this. So see, we're standing here and he has some pretty good weight on his right shoulder and his right shoulder is stretched. So I'll just use my leg, but see how that shoulder picks up and moves around there and doesn't push on my leg? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my hand right here, okay? But I'm gonna turn my left leg on. And I want this horse to reach out and back and find a way to move his front feet. So see, I'm bumping him. There he's thinking about the front feet, no bumping. I'm bumping him. I'm bumping him. Give me a real good one. You're close. Give me a real good one. You got this in you. Come on, come with me. No, I'm going to hold my hand here and keep him in this bind until he finds it. I'm not going to move it. There it is, right there. See him come and step underneath himself? Now, as to progress that, I'll put him in more flexion and make him find his way out with his front feet here. But like I took what it took to get my flexion and I kept my hand there. The reason is if I have him bend all the way around and ask him that, he'll probably get pissed off. You know, lean on it, it'll be too much. But if I come down here like this and I show him, this time we'll try a little bit more flexion. Like I have a little more rein, right? So this will be a little bit bigger bind. So now I'm going to wait till he stops because he's doing this perfect. I want him to stop. Now I'm going to turn on the left leg and see if he'll find it. There it is. There it is. See how he found that and never pulled on me? And I had him in more flexion that time. If you're teaching a horse that, to turn through themselves like that with their shoulders, and you have them around too much before they know how to look out of there, it'll turn into a great, big, ugly arguing match. You'll be kicking and pulling and the horse will weigh 1,000 pounds. So I'll show you one time on this left side or another time, and then I'm gonna be done with what we're jacking around here. Let me see if I can just step him over behind. Not a ton of flexion. If I just put my foot on him, will he step his, there, that's better. Okay, now we're just back to the rein here, all right? So I want the brain, there's the brain. I don't have as much flexion this time. He could really straighten his head out if he wanted to. I'm not holding him over here. When he's bent around, you see, and he's stepping under himself, there's slack in all of this. There's no tension, right? So here I'm gonna have him wait, and this will be a good challenge for him because he's standing with a lot of weight, kind of sloppy, uneven here. And see, I'm just sitting here chilling, and he's exploring this rein. I've just kind of rode this little horse outside and things like this. So for me, this is really fun to get to take the time to do this. Now, he's thinking over here. My right leg just turned on. There he pulled on my hand. My right leg's still on. Oh, there he's trying. Now he's pulling on me. He's confused. He's backing up. My right leg is on. My right leg is on. My right leg is off. There. Perfect. Okay. So I stayed in the same position with my hand. My hand was my primary aid that I was teaching him to get out of a bind there. My feet were my secondary aid, helping, either moving the hip away from the rein or towards it, right? Or moving the shoulders. But I hope you get that part. When you teach this to your horse, if you have their head bent around too far in the beginning, you're going to run into a lot of trouble. So my horse had his head bent quite a ways, but I only took this much rein out of there. If he stayed even the slightest bit turnt, there was slack in the rein, right? So I'm going to do it one more time on this side. I want him to think around here, wait on me, okay? I'm going to put my leg on him. I want him to step that hip over. Reach that hind leg. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I want him, now no tension in my legs. Now I'm just sitting here chilling. So I want him to find a place to do the same. He found it. Okay, watch. Right leg is going to turn on. There he pushed against my hand, but luckily my hand's in a good spot. You see? He's trying to find it. I'd like him to reach under himself just a little bit. He's making arrangements there. So I'll kind of stay there and see how little I can do and try and let my horse find that. Find his way out of that bind, rolling his hindquarters and then stepping under with the same hand position. Yes, I could bring my hands out and help him, but if you watch the groundwork video, we're trying to get the horses to where they can help us, okay? And if we keep it a little simple and we don't do so much and like, you know, we're worried less about us being perfect and more about the horse getting better and understanding it, it makes it a lot easier. So say, now that I did that, let's check and see if I can turn. See, on a green horse, there's, as soon as I go, he gets to the turn. Let's see. I'm going to put a little leg, there you go. See, he's getting that idea because we're taking the time to break it down for him. Because all I want is, if I point you this way, you better start chasing my hand. You better start chasing, see, that's the wrong end. You better start chasing my hand. No, you got to come through with your body. I'm not going to put, there you go. Once I get his head over there, I can't pull on him. Once I get him there, I can't pull on him anymore. I have to ride him through here, say, come on, right? No, your weight's too far forward. Come on, right through there. That's where you go. Oh, I like that. See, there's a little struggle. I'll just hold. There the feet are coming. He's getting smoother. I like that. And for me, with this little Lopen Hackamore, I can kind of, if I want to go down here like this and be kind of calloused and pull on him, I can. Say if I want to start teaching him to back a circle here, I can kind of pull on him a little bit, and I'm not, you know, banging his mouth up. And he's not really getting scared. Like, because when I'm outside doing stuff, there might be a time when I plumb got to get a hold of the reins and be kind of careless, and I need you to pick your body up right and start making arrangements to get out of the way, you know. So when I'm in the arena, with helping him find things, I'm also trying to make it realistic. So, so he'll be prepared for that situation. And see, right now, he is really willing and pretty darn turned loose. And like I haven't backed any circles with him, and I'm teaching him that right now. Just with my reins. I'm not using my legs. I just want him to follow these reins first. I could use my legs to help if I get in a bind, but I'm just going to try and just have him follow here. And understand that if I do pull, there's, you know, some relief on, there you go. There's some relief on the other side. If I come here and you make arrangements to get through there, you better get your shoulders through there. You're pushing on my leg. I'm going to bump you. You're pushing on my leg. There you go. Here, let's try this. We haven't done any leg yielding. Good. And see, this way, I'm not micromanaging my horse's head so much, and I can kind of take a hold of him and do what I need to do. So say I want him to leg yield to the left. I'm going to put my right, well, he's going to do it perfect there and make me look good. Okay, I'm going to go back this way. I'm going to put my left leg on his side, and if he goes forward, that's when I can use my little reins here to scrub some forward speed. See, this side's a little stickier. This side's a little stickier. I want that hip to come, release. Let's back up and try that again. We'll see if we can get the left side just like the right side. And here, I could get his head down and get him to pick his back up perfect if I use my feet. But I want him just to figure out right now, if I pull up on these reins, if you gather yourself up and come back, it's helpful. So now we're going to try and leg yield to the right. I'm going to put my left leg on. See, my hands aren't moving yet. There, he's trying to roll the hindquarters. I like that. Left leg, he's pushing on my left leg. There, he's off of it. Now I'm going to ask him, can we step it on over? That's much better, okay? And see, this is what I'm like. This horse is green, but I can just start to pick up on here, or I can start to come over here. Let's see if he'll make it. Okay, see, he turned under himself that time. I'm not going to switch. Let's see if I can confuse him here and just keep. Oh, I don't want to back up over this tarp. He might buck me off. But we'll see. Can I turn him just with my one rein? Yeah. Or can I steer him over my tarp with my one hand? You know, so when I'm doing these little things with my hands in the different positions, I'm getting it so hopefully I can get my horse to figure out if I want him to step his shoulders over there, he can. No, don't leave me. Or if I'd like him, let's see, he's confused. Let's see if I put my leg on him, if he makes it. There. Like, his head isn't perfect. It's not all perfect, but he's very green, but you can see where if I set those things up, my horse will start to fill in, and I can ride him one-handed and go do things like that. And he understands to get where we're going versus me doing all of it for him and holding him there all the time.